failed and what's next for the school district.
And a pedestrian bridge in Florida University campus collapsed today. What happened and what law enforcement says tonight, coming up.
After a nice day today, but it was windy, changes are on the way. When is that happening? All the full details coming up in this newscast.
From Ball State Unified Media, this is NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Alicia Ruggs.
And I'm Rachel Russell. Thanks for joining us.
Ball State University will not be running Muncie Community Schools anytime soon.
After different versions of House Bill 1315 passed both the Senate and the House of Representatives, neither body voted on the bill before the end of the 2018 Assembly last night, killing Ball State's effort to manage the school system. Now, NewsLink Indiana's Tony Sandlaven has been bringing us the updates on Muncie Community Schools, and he joins us now with more on how the measure failed. Tony, good evening.
Well, Rachel, Alicia, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Wow. What an ending we saw to the 2018 General Assembly, but we'll get you caught up on that in just a minute. First, now that Ball State will not be running Muncie schools, University President Jeffrey Mearns seems ready to move on.
So at this time, Madam President, I do move that at 12:10 p.m. on March 14th, 2018, the Senate do now sine die.
With that, the Indiana Senate brought its 2018 session to a close without voting on House Bill 1315. That killed the measure that would have allowed Ball State to run Muncie Community Schools. With 1315 out of the picture, Ball State President Jeffrey Mearns is ready to hear other options.
If Senator Lannon or Representative Arrington or Mayor Tyler have an alternative proposal, I've not seen one, but if they have one, we certainly would consider it.
MCS School Board member Jason Donetti did not support the bill, and while he is relieved the measure failed, he knows Muncie schools still have work to do.
So, I wouldn't jump around and say woohoo victory necessarily, because we still have the same problems in Muncie Community Schools that we've been dealing with for a while now.
The Distressed Unit Appeals Board will likely be looking for candidates for a more permanent district emergency manager soon, but don't expect Ball State to apply.
We have no interest in serving as the emergency manager. In my estimation, that's a temporary fix to a long-term systemic problem.
With House Bill 1315 failing, that also means funds Muncie schools were expecting to get from the state are now no longer going to the district. The bill included an interest-free loan that would have helped chip away at the outstanding $10 million general obligation bond. It also would have gotten money that was expected to go to the emergency manager. So certainly still some questions in the air as far as the future of Muncie schools is concerned.
So, Tony, what exactly happened last night?
Well, simply put, the General Assembly just ran out of time. The Conference Committee for 1315 did not come to an agreement in time for both members to vote on it. And on top of that, there were technical problems as well in the Senate. The Senate initially did extend the session for another hour, but Democrats questioned the legality of that move, and ultimately Republican Senator David Long, the Senate President pro tempore, pulled the plug. However, Governor Eric Holcomb is considering extending the session anyway to cover several bills that did not pass because time ran out and the Assembly did not vote on them.
Well, Tony, we appreciate your ongoing updates of this story. For more information on these developments, check out our website, ballstatedaily.com. 4 people are dead and others are in the hospital tonight after a pedestrian bridge collapsed near Miami, Florida today.
The walkway had only been in place for a few days. It was supposed to be completed over the next few months. Kim Hutcherson has details on this developing story.
The cars were completely crushed under. I know that they were able to pull one person out of the car and start performing CPR right on the street.
Authorities were called to Florida International University around 2 p.m. Thursday following a fatal pedestrian bridge collapse.
Our units responded to find 8 trapped vehicles under the bridge. At this time, we've transported 8 victims to hospitals.
The 950-ton walkway was not open to pedestrians. It was installed just days ago.
It was pretty much near completion. It was almost done. It was presented. It was already on top of the road, and everything looked fine. I went underneath it with my own car, and it looked great.
Designed to give students and faculty a safe way to cross the busy intersection below, the $14.2 million walkway was touted as state-of-the-art. Late last week, the bridge was swung into place using a new construction technique.
And what we're doing today is swinging the bridge from the FIU property across A Street. It's called the accelerated bridge construction method. This is the largest one ever done in the United States. So this is a first for the United States.
The cause of the collapse is unclear. Police say an intense investigation is ahead. Right now, the focus is on the victims.
The next few hours is going to be a rescue mission.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
The university says the bridge was designed to withstand a Category 5 hurricane and was supposed to exceed 100 years.
Fiat Chrysler is recalling more than 130,000 Ram pickup trucks due to malfunctions that could cause the fuel tank to sag. The recall includes the Ram 1500 pickup truck from the 2009 through the 2012 model years. The malfunction is caused by corroding brackets. Fiat Chrysler says they are not aware of any crashes, fires, leaks, or injuries due to the problem. The recall mainly affects cold weather states and Canada. Anyone affected by the recall is encouraged to contact their dealership.
Now, Alicia, I know I have some St. Patrick's Day plans this weekend. I'm just hoping it doesn't rain.
And I'm hoping it doesn't snow. So let's
True.
see what Ethan has for us in the weather.
You know, I'll talk about coming up St. Patrick's Day in a few minutes, but so far we had a nice day today. 52 degrees was our high today, just a few degrees above our average high of 49 degrees, and our record high set back on this date 23 years ago, a very nice 77 degrees on this day. And you can see on radar this is absolutely clear, and that's going to be the story for tonight and throughout most of the day tomorrow, but things are going to be changing as we get into the weekend. I will be talking about St. Patrick's Day, the weekend forecast, and I will be talking about our next precipitation chances and when those will be happening. I'll have the full details on all of that coming up in just a few minutes.
Muncie police are searching for a man who's repeatedly touched the hair of female shoppers at local stores. In several instances, the man has gone up to the women and asked for directions to another store. Then he proceeds to tell the woman that they have something in their hair and pretends to remove a foreign object. The suspect is described as a 6-foot-tall white man in his 40s, weighing about 190 pounds. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Muncie Police Department's Investigation Division at 765-213-5851.
Indianapolis police have arrested Maurice Dunlap for skipping out on paying his $50 tab at the downtown Acapulco Joe's Diner, where the owner, Grant Redmond, followed Dunlap out of the restaurant. He was punched into unconsciousness. He was taken to intensive care. Redmond's partner, Robert Plank, has revealed that Redmond will need surgery for a blood clot in his brain, but will eventually make a full recovery. No further information about Dunlap has been released. And Governor Eric Holcomb's administration unveiled an online platform to help combat the state's opioid epidemic. The platform will make it easier to get access to drug treatment. Certified addiction treatment providers will be able to connect people with available inpatient or residential treatment beds. The service is provided through a partnership between the state and 2 healthcare providers in the state. It is being paid for with $10.9 million in federal funds received through the 21st Century Cures Act.
St. Patrick's Day is just a few days away, and the annual parade will be downtown. We'll tell you how one Ball State faculty member is celebrating in an unusual way.
And spring may be just around the corner, but winter might have something left in store for us. More on that coming up. Stay with us.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Muncie's 33rd annual St. Patrick's Day Parade is happening this Saturday, working its way through downtown. And among the floats, one Ball State faculty member will be skating her way through the parade route. Debbie Branscombe is the communications and PR coordinator for the Teachers College, but she's also a skater for the Corn-Fed Derby Dames, a local roller derby team founded in 2010. This is the 8th year the team has been in the parade, each year bringing more fun and more awareness to the sport.
I just love skating outside, so it's usually the first time in the year that we get to skate outside, and there's different challenges with that, but we get to, hand people flyers and tell them, Derby, come and watch us skate.
Branscombe says roller derby is the world's fastest growing sport for women, and if you're interested in learning more, the team competes here in Muncie at Gibson Skating Arena. Their schedule can be found online at cornfeddd.com.
After almost 70 years in business, Toys R Us announced they will be closing their stores. The company filed for bankruptcy in the fall and has continued to struggle since. Over 730 stores in the United States will be shutting down, resulting in a loss of 33,000 jobs. Online toy shopping at various companies have caused low sales at the Toys R Us stores. Local customers say they're sad to see the store go, but they aren't necessarily surprised.
I kind of hate to see it go because they have things that other places don't have. I think they're a little high sometimes, but I don't think they can compete with Walmart, Amazon, other places that can do the big box stores.
The company will immediately be having their going out of business sales, and the employees will be paid for no less than 60 days. Toys R Us CEO Dave Brandon told corporate staff that he's devastated that they have reached this point. And a German-based auto parts company announced today its plans to build a new factory right up the road in Fort Wayne. The announcement from L. Ringklinger details plans for a 60,000 square foot facility producing materials for passenger cars and commercial vehicles. This is the company's first plant in Indiana and is expected to create up to 150 new jobs by 2022. L. Ringklinger plans to start the project in Fort Wayne in September. Now, it sounds like I don't know if I'm not going to get that rain. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
I might have to order some green rain boots. But Ethan, what's coming up in weather?
Sounds like both of you are correct for what's going to be happening on St. Patrick's Day. 40 degrees right now, with a slight wind out of the north, so it feels a little bit cooler out there. But I'll talk about what's coming up this weekend in St. Patrick's Day after the break.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. So, Ethan, what do you have for us in the weather?
You know, we had a really nice day today, and it's going to be the same story for tomorrow, but as we get into the weekend, things are, of course, going to be changing, but I'll have that later on in the graphics. But for right now, overall, it wasn't too bad of a day outside. Currently, right now, 40 degrees. Winds out of the north 6 miles an hour, so it feels like a little cooler. 36 degrees if you're on campus right now, so if you're outside, be sure to have a jacket with you. 44 in Indianapolis, 40 in Kokomo, 44 Lafayette, and good evening, folks. Down in Bloomington, you guys are sitting at 48 degrees right now, so temperatures all across the state are pretty similar. Now, here we go. March 20th, it's 5 days away, believe it or not. I feel like this winter went by really fast. We're already almost to springtime. I know I'm ready for it, and I know I'm not alone out there, so 5 days away. Radar is clear right now, and that's the story that's going to be happening for tonight and most of tomorrow. There's a little bit of snow out in the northeast, but we're not going to be worrying about that. They had 3 nor'easters out there, and they don't need any more snow, but that'll be coming to an end soon as well. Tonight, though, 23 degrees, mostly clear skies. Winds out of the north 10 to 15 miles an hour. A clear night, so if you are going to be outside, be sure to have a jacket with you, and you may want to start the car a little earlier just so it warms up before you get back inside. And then right now on the Futurecast, you can see the clear skies that are going to be happening all throughout tomorrow, but watch as we go throughout the late afternoon and into the nighttime hours. You can see clouds increase. This is 4 o'clock, and then once we go throughout, you can see even more clouds come up from the south, and look at all the color. You got some green, you got some blue up to the north, and all this pink. That's a rain-snow mix that's going to be happening late tomorrow night and into Saturday. We also have some ice that we're going to have to deal with too. Not a lot in terms of accumulation, but enough to create many slick spots. So if you are going to be out late tomorrow night and into Saturday, you better be careful and just drive with a little extra caution. Tomorrow morning, though, chilly but sunny, the green light. No rain or precipitation at all, which is why it's green, but temperatures are going to be in the 20s. 24, 8 a.m., 9 o'clock, 27 degrees. Clouds are going to be decreasing as well, and temperatures are also going to be going up. But it still will be cold, so if you are sending your kids out to school in the morning, be sure they're bundled up while waiting for the bus. And then tomorrow, 43 degrees. I mean, we have a temperature jump, 9 a.m., 27 degrees, 38 degrees at noon, and then 43 for our high tomorrow. And then as we go through the day, 41 and 36. Overall, not a bad day, but you can also see once we get into the 9 o'clock hour, that's when clouds will be on the increase. And also we have St. Patrick's Day that's coming up here in 2 days. And unfortunately, I wish I had a better forecast. 42 degrees with some rain. All that rain-snow mix will be ending in the morning. And throughout the day, it's going to be rainy, but it won't be too cold. So just have a light jacket and some rain boots if you're going to be outside. And you can see here on the 7-day forecast, 42 with some rain on Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday, we're going to be near 50 with mostly sunny skies both days. Tuesday, we'll have our next chance of rain coming late Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Wednesday, the coldest spot of the 7-day, 37 degrees, which is still below normal. Then Thursday, back into the mid-40s, which once again is below normal. So for this entire week, we have below normal temperatures except for Sunday.
Okay, Ethan, well, thank you for that weather. We'll try to stay warm.
Got it.
Colton, what do you have for us coming up in sports?
Well, the first round of the March Madness tournament was today, and already a huge upset. Find out if your bracket is still in shape when we return.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Colton Howard with sports. The Ball State baseball team will continue play in Indiana tomorrow after coming off a tough loss to Butler yesterday. NewsLink Indiana's Kara Burnett talks about Indiana's unpredictable weather has made it tough for practice.
If the Ball State baseball team has learned one thing this season, it's that Indiana weather can make it very difficult to play baseball in March. After spending their last 4 weekends down south playing in the hot sunshine, the team has returned to the Midwest to continue its season. With a few days of Indiana weather pushing them inside for practice, I caught up with the team to see how that will affect preparation for their home opener on Friday. Well, it's no secret that it's difficult to play baseball in Indiana in March. With a week full of 30-degree days and snow that turn into 50-degree days with sunshine, the baseball team has had to make some practice adjustments.
Probably the biggest thing is seeing live pitching outside. A lot of stuff in here is like tee work and just drill work, front toss, stuff like that. While you're outside, you get more live pitching. You can see the ball actually from 60 feet when the pitcher throws. So I say live pitching is probably the biggest.
However, the team is doing their best to take advantage of practices outdoors and indoors.
Benefits of being inside and outside. I mean, inside you can work on your small game a little bit more. Outside you get like the whole field and you can throw longer, you can see the flight of your ball better and stuff like that.
The Cardinals' home opener will take place right here Friday at 3 p.m. when they host Dayton. In Muncie, Kara Burnett, NewsLink Indiana.
All right, thanks, Kara. And tomorrow's game is the first one of 4-game home series as the Cardinals travel to Dayton for a doubleheader on Saturday and close out the weekend against the Flyers back home on Sunday. Over in Worthen Arena, the women's basketball team is taking on Middle Tennessee State in the first round of the WNIT tournament. After going one and done in the MAC tournament, the Cardinals are looking to make a deep run into the National Invitational Tournament. Both teams were stuck at 12 points for a bit, and then Destiny Washington's shot got stuck. But the game must go on. Later in the first half, Franny Francis dishes to Mariah Morocco, who throws up the 3-ball and drains it. The Cardinals were running in a zone defense, and Jess Loraro throws a skip pass to Anna Jones, who lets loose in the ball easy 3. In the second half, Ball State on a fast break here, and it ends up in Morocco's hands, and she drills another 3-ball. Ball State would go on to win the game 69-60 and advance to the second round The Cardinals were led by academic All-Star American Carmen Grande with 16 points and 6 assists. Destiny Washington helped along the boards with 12 rebounds and 15 points. With that win tonight, Ball State will gear up for Purdue in the round 32. Sticking with basketball, today was the first day of the 64-team NCAA Division I tournament, and already some madness. Loyola Chicago was not considered one of the favorites in their matchup with the University of Miami, but don't tell that to Sister Jean. Sister Jean is Loyola Chicago's 98-year-old scouting report nun. And along with being the team's chaplain, she sends weekly emails to the team and coaches with critiques and advice. She's been with the team all year, and of course she was in attendance earlier this afternoon. There she is on your screen right there, and with 9.3 seconds left in the game, Loyola Chicago trailed the Hurricanes 61-62. Loyola Chicago quickly set up the play, and senior Dante Ingrid from half court buried the 3, giving Loyola Chicago the lead and the win for the buzzer. The first upset of the tourney, and it comes early. The Ramblers advance to the second round and will face Tennessee on Saturday at noon.
Thank you, Colton. If you're a ranch enthusiast, you may be a retweet away from owning a very special ranch bottle.
And we have a pair of one-of-a-kind buds that will warm your heart. That and more up next in Trending.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Reagan Geyer is joining us now to take a look at what's trending tonight.
Well, the term love at first sight is a common term for humans, but now apparently for dogs as well. Emily Stern, the owner of a one-eyed Cavalier King Charles Spaniel named Flirt, was shopping in Michael's one day when she happened to run into the exact same dog as Flirt. Her twin's name is Winnie, and it surely was love at first sight. The two realized that they lived less than 10 minutes away from each other. Since their meet date in 2016, the two have been inseparable, participating in Christmas parades and being a member of the Charleston Social Club for their breed.
That's just adorable. I love dogs. My heart would have melted just seeing them alone.
I know, it is so cute. And then also, first a ranch fountain, and then now ranch kegs, and now Hidden Valley Ranch is coming out with a one-time glass bottle worth $35,000. The glass ranch bottle worth thousands came out in honor of National Ranch Day on March 10th and is not being sold but given away for free on a Twitter raffle. The bottle itself is bejeweled in diamonds, sapphire, and 19-karat white gold and was designed by an A-list celebrity jeweler. And of course, the ranch comes on the side. The winner of this $35K bottle will be announced on May 19th.
You know, when you said $35K bottle, I just kept thinking I could pay for college tuition with that.
It is crazy how much expensive that was. Thank you, Reagan. Ethan, what's one last look in weather?
You know, besides ranch bottles, we do have some changes coming our way beginning tomorrow night and into Saturday. Tomorrow night, 80% chance late wintry snow mix, and then Saturday for St. Patrick's Day with some rain throughout the day, and then Sunday, not a bad day.
Thank you, Ethan. That's all for tonight on NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch our midday update tomorrow at noon on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.